Hi everybody, this is Lynn from Creative Concept Crafts with the second part of this week's release. I did say when I did the lily flower that I was working on a project to display the lilies in a slightly different way than putting them on cards, and this is what I've come up with, which is our beautiful lily basket. Okay, so I've cut out the component parts, I've pre-scored. The right side is on the underside, by the way, of this particular one. So the centre lines come in. The 4 tabs on the side come in towards, but then the outer parts on the edges go the opposite direction, and so to the tabs. Okay, so you're inwards on the inner part of the basket, outwards on the outer part. So it's quite simple to remember. Okay, so there's all the score lines completed and ready to start some matting and layering. So I've already pre-done part of the mats and layers. I've just the one to complete, but here we've got all the pieces that we need. So we've got the 4 decor panels. And we have the centre part of our basket, and I'll show you what all those pieces, and we have a decorative handle. So in the base card we have the base of the basket, we have a top layer, and you'll gather where this all goes when we start to put it together, plus we have the little grid. Then in the colour 1 we have the mats for the basket, a top layer, and we have the same in the decor panel with the addition of the handle, although the handle could be done in the base basket colour. It's entirely up to you. So I'm just going to add glue to the last decor panel. I've gone round the edges, by the way, on the scoreboard to give me the bevel, so I've got a nice, easy to find layering. I think, can you make it out just out on the edges there? It's difficult to show, but I just love the finish. And I'm just burnishing that down, and we're ready to add these mats before we start the construction of the actual basket. It's quite a simple one to do. Okay, so that's the basket panels completed with the 4. Now we're going to take care of the top layer of the basket before we start to construct the actual box. I'm just burnishing all those down, make sure the glue's well and truly housed. And this is the top layer. So we've got 3. We've got the base piece, mat 1 and the decor mat. This particular one I haven't run it down on the scoreboard, so I'm just going to show you what I do with all of my pieces. So it's just the right hand side of the scoreboard. This is a hunky-dory one, by the way. And then I take it to the inside and just go round the interior lines. I'm just lining up roughly halfway over one of the up lines, if you will, so that you get the down line in the correct position. Can you see that? You can just about make it out. Okay, so just again, matting and layering. So that's the 3 panels. So that can be drying while we're putting the basket together. There we go. Okay, now we're ready to start constructing the actual basket. So I'll just put glue onto one of the side tabs. And you're going to fold it in. And just match up the score line at the top. So push it up from the bottom and just line up the score line. It's a bit fiddly because the top bits get in the way. But just bear with, just take a couple of minutes just to get it all lined up. Push it from the inside with your finger while you get it so far, then you'll be able to pop it down and just burnish it from the inside. It didn't want to go. Now we're on to the second tab. So exactly the same thing, just line it up from the bottom to the score line at the top. Make sure they're all in line at the top. Like I said, the outer pieces do tend to get in the way, but there's not a lot we can do. It's just get used to the fiddle. But it's not difficult to do, it just takes a minute because you've got to just get everything into position. You see, I can get my fingers inside there just to get it down. Then once you've got it holding in position, just get inside and just burnish the lines down. So we're going to repeat the same thing with the other two panels, just making sure it's lined up at the top there. Until we've got all four and you've got the formation of your beautiful little flower basket. This one I was inspired by the type of thing that you get from when you get actual flowers delivered, and they come in these gorgeous little boxes and I just love them. So when you've got the coming to the top tabs, make sure that the tabs are underneath and you're looking to get a mitered corner. For those of you who don't know, it's a diagonal line. Make sure it's straight into the corner and from the seam at the inside of the box. Can you see that? The mitered corner. Oops, just gone out of shot. But you're going to repeat the same thing. You're looking at it lining up from the inside of the box through to the outer edge. Repeat the same thing 3 more times. And that's the base of your box completed. I'm just turning over now just to burnish those down. Make sure everything's nice and flat at this point. Okay. Isn't that cute? And now before we add, that piece is going to go on top, but before we add that, we're going to add this little grid. And if you think of, you could get flower baskets that had these little mesh things for you to place flowers in. Well, this is what this is about. So you just glue just the outside edges all the way. And when you come to inserting the flowers, you can just invert them into the grid and it just holds them in place. I've actually, when I did the video, I didn't add glue, but then I went back and I did just add the glue to save them from falling out. So you just need to add a little bit of glue to the area that they're actually touching the grid on the inside. So that's the grid. And now to finish the basket off is the top layer. Now, literally any flowers could go into this because it's like a basic flower motif that I've put on. So you could do it Christmas colours with a poinsettia. You could do it in whites for a wedding with the roses. This one I'm doing is with the lilies, but literally any of my floral collections you could easily put into this basket. Beautiful for a birthday, for Christmas, for a wedding, any occasion at all. All we have to do now is just add our decorative handle, and there's a little bit of weaving involved in this one. So if you look, when you cut the pieces out, they've got like little V's. All you need to do is fold the V down in half and just tuck it under the point of the V below. Can you see that? So you're folding the V backwards, the big V backwards, and tucking it into the little V that's below. You need to do it straight. That one's gone on a bit skew with because I wasn't looking at it. So if you look at it and make sure that when you're folding, it folds down straight and it will line up exactly with the part of the diamond on the other side. So just go through and just fold them all back. If you want to, you can put a little dab of glue on the back of the small diamond, just a little dot just to hold it, because once you curve it they have a tendency to spring out like they've done at the base here. And now I'm just going to burnish those lines down to hold them, but like I said, if you wanted to flip it over and just add a little dot of glue on the wrong side here, it will hold them all into place. Can you see they've just popped, the ones I'd done earlier, so I need to just fold those back in again. And there's 2 fold lines, top and bottom. There's also one of the V's that extends beyond. Just cut that off. It's going to be in the way if you don't. So just cut the V off level with the fold. And that's all I've cut off, look. And then we've got the fold lines on the bottom to attach it to the gift box, both ends. And I'm just going to roll that off my desk. In fact, I'm going to do it in the way that the diamonds are folded. And we've got a nice handle shape. Going to attach those just underneath. And if you look, there's a little flower in the middle, so you can line it up nice and easily. Put glue onto the wrong side there. And just attach underneath. And the same on the other side. There's nothing difficult in creating this basket. I had fun, and I'm hoping you will too. Can't wait to see all the different arrays of flowers. There's nothing to say you can't mix flowers. You get mixed baskets and mixed bouquets of flowers, so why not mix a basket of flowers? And there's our beautiful little floral basket. Isn't that cute? So I'm just going to add now some of the lily flowers. Like I said, I did go back and just add a little bit of glue just to hold them into position. But it's basically just popping them in to the grid inside. Just speeding this up now, just so that you've got some idea. I've got a full collection here, so there's 6 flowers, and I think I added another couple of small ones. So I think that in total there's 8 flowers, plus a few of the extra leaves. So there's our beautiful lily basket. Hope you enjoy it. Until the next time, bye for now.